seconds. 15 seconds.
I bragged on Mr. Jordan all the whole meeting, the whole radio program.
Go back and play it now.
I heard it. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Rutherford County Board of Education work session. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance, and that'll be led tonight by Board Member Lisa Moore. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Ms. Moore. Looking down at number 4, any agenda items that any member of the board would like to move or change for any reason? If not, we're going to number 5, the approval of the consent agenda, which is tab 1. Any change there that you'd like to make?
Got a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
We've got a softball and a baseball coach on here. I thought we wasn't going to approve them after the season started.
That's just what Tim turned in, right, to you? I'll ask him and see before tomorrow night. We may take them off. See if there's been some special case or situation that
That'd be fine.
occurred.
Okay. If there's nothing else, we'll have visitors, of course, on Thursday night. Recognition. We got another state champion to recognize, and Riverdale girls, and I assume some or all of them will be here, and National Coach of the Year, Randy Kaufman, will be here, so that'll be a fun item that we can do. Number 8, Mr. Director.
8 is the report from 2017 Tennessee School Boards Association SCOPE student delegates, and the Tennessee School Board Association 2017 SCOPE Student Congress on Policies in Education conference was held at MTSU on Tuesday, March the 7th. The following students, delegates attended. You want to read them tonight or wait till tomorrow night?
Let's wait.
Okay, it'll be fine. Chairperson Jennifer Courtney from Holloway High School, but I'll read them all tomorrow night.
Okay, spotlight on education. Mr. Director, let's go ahead.
And Roy Waldron is going to be doing a presentation for us tomorrow night. Even about a year ago, their play and their drama team, so they're going to honor us with another visit.
Okay, and that was a lot of fun. I know last year, they were really good. Number 10, Mr. Tackett will be here on Thursday to discuss our many problems that we have discussed at some length concerning swimming pools. So maybe we can get some answers. Also, I think he's going to do some work there on tennis courts and other info that we may need. So, okay, number 11, Mr. Director.
Rutherford County Career and Technical Education, CTE textbook adoption. The Rutherford County Career and Technical Education Textbook Committee would like to recommend approval of the following career and technical instructional materials for use in CTE courses beginning July the 1st, 2017 through June 30, 2023, that 6-year adoption. Recommend approval. The motion is to approve the following career and technical education instructional materials for use in CTE courses beginning July 1st, 2017 through June 30, 2023. Brian Lewis headed this up, and I've talked with him about it. The state, because the CTE courses does not run this through a state textbook commission, these are usually in CTE are reference books, typically. And he pulled committees together for all of this. They reviewed about all the materials they had available to them to look at. And this is their recommendation for selection based upon what the committees of teachers, people that came in and did that particular review. But they're not, again, the state does not make a recommendation on almost any of CTE. And again, a lot of them are simply used as a reference. In the last paragraph, there are no state-approved text on the adoption list for these courses. Most of the courses had no resources submitted for the initial Section B committee review that took place during the summer of 2016. The local CTE Section B Instructional Materials Committee requested and reviewed the materials above and determined that they meet the requirements set forth in the local education agency instructional materials waiver instrument, thus allowing them to be used in CTE classes. Copies of all instructional materials review instruments will be posted on the school district CTE website.
Any comments or questions on that?
When it says that copies of all instructional material, reviews, instruments will be posted on the school district CTE website, is that similar to what we have with online textbooks in standard curriculum?
Probably not the whole textbook in that case, but, state law says parents can see any of that. So we
Right.
have to make an information that it's available to see or that sort of thing. You run into trouble posting copyrighted material.
Understood, yeah.
You can violate that. But certainly the names, the list of what we use and all, and if parents want to see it, let them see it.
I would have been surprised if your answer to that was positive, so I was just trying to clarify a little bit, but that's excellent.
I know you've had this material for a couple of days on the website, but before Thursday, you might just look at that list of textbook. It just absolutely amazes me, the things that we teach and the books that we have and what we refer to. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Okay, number 12, insurance update. Ms. Barnes, anything? Okay, that'll be that night. All right?
We're Wednesday this week.
Wednesday?
Tomorrow night.
I would have missed the meeting. No, I wouldn't, but that's okay. Director's update.
I do not have any news from the state right at this time.
Okay, Ms. Moore, number 14.
Looks like it's going to be a fairly busy week. We do have a couple of the voucher bills that are being looked at this week. The Shelby County pilot voucher, the one we talked about for Memphis only, that's sponsored by, I believe it's Kelsey and Brooks. Looks like it's getting some traction. It's been placed on the calendar for date. It actually was recommended for passage with amendments and referred on to Senate Finance. You guys have a report of all these, but just kind of hit the highlights. The physical activity bill looks like it is going to move forward as far as, I guess, really kind of lightening up on the requirements for the whole physical activity thing. Not as restrictive, I guess, in allowing the LEAs more flexibility. Mr. Odom, is there something else?
Well, one of the originally, they wouldn't even count PE time as activity. So that's what this bill is correcting, much of that. And for an elementary teacher, if you let them go on the playground and play, you're going to be able to count it now and for things like that. So it's really, to me, was correcting some of the things that may have been in the earlier. PE should count as physical activity.
Absolutely. And then we also have it's on the calendar for the school grades, the grading system, the A through F, that they are looking at that and hopefully going to do something different with that, is also kind of moving forward. So it looks like there are a couple of things that are calendared for tomorrow. So depending on the outcome of those, if we get any news before the day's over tomorrow, then I'll certainly report out on those tomorrow night.
Questions for Ms. Moore? Thank you, Ms. Moore. Mr. Holliday, anything on federal?
The most significant activity is in the president's proposed budget, and where we will see education funds spent and the possibility of Title I funds being redirected into other directions. There's some talk about the use of the, quote, portability of Title I funds being used by the Trump administration in their perspective to encourage school choice. So that is a risky thing. There's some information out there. It takes a good bit of research and reading, and quite frankly, I haven't done as much as I should, but that's kind of the satellite perspective of federal education issues.
I spoke with Ms. Wise this week. There's some preliminary information. Most of the things that come out of Washington will come in the 18-19 school year, not 17-18, because your budget's kind of made ahead. She did say they're getting some initial indications, though, about some Title I, a little bit, some holdbacks, not really for portability at this point, but some holdbacks for 17-18. One of the biggest changes I read this week, potentially, Title II. Roughly, Rutherford County received for Title II, which is your teacher training, where they do the DI conference and things for teachers. We received $570,000 for teacher training. So we're hearing that may be moved to charters. So that'll be a huge change for us, but that would really hit 18-19 if that takes effect. But some of the initial things says Title II is being redirected.
Anything else, Mr. Holliday?
All good.
Okay. General discussion by board members on any topic? I have one, which will take just a second. Nothing from anyone? I did say earlier that it was my intention tonight to put up for discussion a board self-evaluation and our retreat, and I'm going to delay that until April 4th and 6th. And I'm having some problems with procedures, and anyway, I want to delay it to be sure that I make the right decision here, and so I ask for your patience in that delay. Is there anything else? We meet tomorrow night, and I'm sorry, Ms. Moore. I'm
Well,
sorry.
actually, I was, just wanted to ask a quick question going back. You did say in the part of the agenda where we're going to be talking about swimming pools that Mr. Tackett is going to be with us. That's tomorrow night, right?
Yes,
Okay, not Thursday, yeah, okay.
I just said the wrong night. That's my fault.
Well, and I just wanted to clarify that he was going to be here, because I know, again, we've got a lot of Oakland parents that are very interested in how we're progressing with that, so,
I haven't talked to him, but okay. Okay.
thank you.
Well, yes. Anything else from anyone?
I'm looking forward to Roy Waldron being with us. I got to see their performance this past weekend, as well as drama performances at Siegel, Stewart's Creek, and Riverdale this past week, and I think that there are still a few programs out there. There were others that I wasn't able to attend, but boy, we had some incredible drama happening at our schools through our dramatic arts department in all of the schools, and just a lot of compliments should be had out there for all of our drama programs. I'll say that again tomorrow night with the kids here.
Anything else from anyone? We are adjourned. See you tomorrow night, 5 o'clock.